Okay.
So my name is Matthew Sharon. I'm one of the physicians who works in the intensive care unit at Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C. So I was one of the first physicians who took care of Leah. Uh, Leah originally was found after having a heroin overdose in her friend's bedroom. At the time she was found, she had a very low respiratory rate, so she was barely breathing. She had a very low blood pressure. While she was being transported to an outside emergency room, she actually suffered a cardiac arrest. Specifically, what that means is her breathing stopped, her heart stopped, she had a breathing tube placed, and at that time she received chest compressions, or people pressing on her chest to maintain blood flow throughout her body. She then received epinephrine a total of 3 times, and essentially she was dead for 8 minutes. She was then initially resuscitated at this outside hospital and transported to Children's National Medical Center in Washington, D.C. When she arrived here, she was critically ill. Her lungs were very, very sick, which needed her to be on a mechanical ventilator at very high support. Additionally, her blood pressure was critically low, which led her to need medicines to support that blood pressure. So her first 2 to 3 days in the intensive care unit, we were giving her medicine to keep her blood pressure in a normal range, and we were doing everything possible to try to support her lungs and give her enough oxygen into her body. Over the course of her time here, which was greater than a month in the intensive care unit, she did slowly get better. We were able to remove the breathing tube. For a period of time, we did think that she would require a tracheostomy, which is a kind of a permanent breathing tube and breathing with a machine, but she did get better over that time. It did not require that. Additionally, while Leah was here, her neurologic injury kind of progressed. She was having, well, whereas initially she had needed a lot of medicines to support her blood pressure, she subsequently went on to develop very high blood pressure, and she would have what we kind of refer to as neurologic storming, during which point she'd become very diaphoretic or sweaty. Her heart rate would go very high. She would have a lot of abnormal movements. Over time, with working with the neurologist and the rehab doctors, that slowly got better with different medicines. Um, I think Leah was a very, very, very lucky young lady. She was critically ill when she initially got to the hospital, and it's likely she could have died. She did not, and she has made a recovery to some degree, though. I think uh, that's a tribute to the many nurses and doctors who took care of her, and there was a very large number of people who were integral into her care, and she continues to be at this time in a rehabilitation hospital receiving rehabilitation to get her back to the closest state to where she was before.